Hey guys, it's an interesting situation to do this art prezo with you at school, but through a screen. I hope you're all doing well. Wish I could kind of be there with you. It's a bit of a strange thing, I know. So anyway, let's get on with this art activity. So you have been working on heroes, stories, or narratives with Angus, and for the end of the year for presentation night, we thought it would be cool to have an mix art with your literacy and yeah, create some artwork to go with slash alongside um, the writing that you've put all this effort into. So I've got several sorry, I'm jumping the gun there. So what we're going to do is think about a section of your story that you would like to illustrate. We're going to use an A3 piece of paper so you can have a really big, clear image. If you have an issue with that or you have a different concept to display your work with, just check in with whoever is the staff there supporting you today. Otherwise, I'll try and maybe just write me a note and hand it into the art pigeonhole kind of area that I have. I do have one. We just don't seem to use it much when I'm there. So anyway, I want you to think about part of your story that's quite impactful, that would be really interesting and fun and exciting to illustrate, I suppose. If it's a really kind of like a scene that might not have much in it, like a part of your story that might not have much in it, that will limit you a lot. So think about what scene might be really cool to give people a picture of what you're thinking. So the first step I want you to do, the first thing is I want you to look through all the picture books that I've set aside for today for this activity. I want you to look at them for inspiration. You might have something in your head, but I'd just like you to think maybe a little bit out of the box. It doesn't mean you have to do that, but I would like you to entertain trying to see what other ideas are out there, maybe stretch yourself, a bit of growth mindset there. So, if you want to do colored pencils, fine, or you could maybe do a painted background or a photo for a background, and then a really simple, black and white even picture of the person. Like, you can be really quirky. You don't have to stay in the box of just I don't know, having a colored in illustration. So what I'd like you to do is to genuinely look through those books and really think about what did you find interesting, what sparked you. You might find a couple of books and go, well, I like this part of this book and this part of this book. Jeannie Baker does collage using all kinds of things, and we can take a photocopy of that work after if you don't want it to feel textural, and if you use green leaves, for example, they might end up turning brown. So we can take a photocopy of that. You can use collage with paper as well, or magazines. If you need magazines, Daleen, if Daleen's your support person, they're in the bottom of those stationary shelves where you find grey leads and everything. I didn't pack those on the trolley, but your background, you might use something different than what you like. It doesn't fully have to be all paint or all pencil or all collage. You can or all photo or so. Yeah, first step is please give it the due attention to look at other illustrators and learn from them. Look at them for inspiration. See what sparks you. The next thing is I want you to get your visual journal and kind of do a really rough sketch. And you could do several. It's like a bit like brainstorming. Do some sketches on what you kind of the direction, like what do you want your picture to look like? What do you want your illustration to look like? You might do a person over here and then the dog's over here and the background's like this, and you go, oh, that composition looks a bit boring. It doesn't look right. I need to add something. So before you're delving right into getting it right, You're actually just brainstorming roughly how it might look and what you need. Does the person need to be closer up? Is there too much space? So I've also got, oh no, that's for the other one. So yeah, make sure you do some rough grey lead sketches in your visual journal to try and give you an idea of how you want your illustration for your book for display to look. Don't try and get it perfect at the start. I don't even mind if you kind of do stick figures on your brainstorming, for example. It doesn't have to be perfect. Then from there you can move on. After you're happy with the concept of how it looks, then you can move into brainstorming how you want the stick figure to look, what clothes you want them to wear, how you want their hair, for example, still in your visual journal. So once you've got those ideas, you may also want to have a bit of a play with the materials in your visual journal, such as I'm thinking I want to do watercolor. I'm going to have a play with watercolor and see, sometimes you can add more water and you've got a looser watery color. Other times you can load your brushes, so then that's how you can get shade. Even later, once your watercolor is dry, you might want to go over areas with a fine liner once it's fully dried, and to do the finer details. That might be the style you want to go for. It might fully not be the style you want to go for. So yeah, look through the books, do some rough sketches, refine your sketches a little bit, and then play around with the materials you may want to use for your work. You might want to take a photo of a tree for your background, and then think about how you're going to do the foreground, meaning, you know, what the characters or whatever you're going to have in your scene. So really, if you have time after all the sketching, really have a play with the materials, because then you can know the limitations and how far you can take them. And sometimes that can be surprising. It can be harder than you thought to use those materials. So you might need to adapt or change your concept a little bit or problem solve. Or it could do really interesting things, say colors bleeding into one another and creating an awesome pattern. And you might use that for the sky, for example. So play with the materials you think you may want to use, and maybe play with some other materials that you're kind of interested in but you don't think so, because they might surprise you. Next week and cycle 1, we'll be working on your good copies for display. So right now, today, you really need to establish what you want it to look like and what you're going to use, and maybe even what colors you're going to put on those sketches. Just roughly color in what you want the colors to look like, so you have a really good picture in your head about moving forward to be able to create something for display. But please note again, please look through the books mindfully, and really consider how you want it to look. And you may not want to do it like any of those books, and that's okay. It's just to get your mind thinking about things in a different way, to spark some ideas. And you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. There's so many different ways of doing things, and these guys are experts, so it's always good to get inspiration and to learn from them, and see where your creative energy flows. So I'll be coming in. Sometimes I come in after school or on weekends, and I can check out your work. So you can put it in a tub. If your support staff could get a spare tub, that would be ace. Or in my pigeonhole, and I'll check out your work. It's actually really exciting for me to see where you're going with that. It might just be that you have your visual journal in those spots, so I can check out where you're going with your work. But please make sure, if you use glue or paint, that you put your book on a drying rack so it can dry before you post it in the pigeonhole art area for me, because otherwise your pages are going to stick together and I'll be able to see, like, there will be nothing to see because I can't open your pages. So anyway, I hope you have fun. I hope this is reasonably clear. I want to offer you the option of trying what materials that you're inspired by. And so it is a bit open-ended, and also your books are probably different to the person beside you, with your story. So do your thing, go with your idea, bounce off each other, encourage each other, share creative ideas. And I hope you have an ace day creating today. See ya.